What's going on, YouTube? Claic Yuzolt back again with another 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross video, and we got a little curveball in my opinion. I was not expecting a new banner. We have Green Skinny King and the PvP master himself, Red Helbram, along with a new kind of like Hawk Pass, which is like a battle pass if you guys ever played FPS games, with some goodies on there that you guys can think about getting, and much more. We're gonna get all of that and everything else and tell you if you should be going for Red Helbram or not. Let's get into it. So like I was saying, guys, I didn't think we'd get another banner. I thought that since Gowther's lasting 2 weeks, I thought they'd let us coast and, you know, slowly start regaining our diamonds after the catastrophe or the greatness that was for you on your Gowther pools, and let you lick your wounds a little bit. But they said, nah, they're going to release another banner, and this banner is going to contain PvP specialist Red Helbram and a Gray Demon specialist Green Skinny King. And I still want Green Skinny King, so I'm actually kind of glad he's on this banner. I actually don't know if I'm going to be pulling on it, though. I might be saving for future units. However, this is an option for you guys to be going for them if you would like. It's for my understanding, Red Fairy Helbram will not be added to the coin shop. Instead, we'll be going into the SSR pool for you hopefully to get on tickets or maybe on your daily or something like that. But you cannot get him with coins just buying him straight up in the shop. So at least to my knowledge, you guys can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. So let's go over what makes Red Helbram so great in PvP. Well, his S1, for example, is an ultimate depleter. And I don't know how many of you guys have been, you know, seeing this in battle. You're getting your ultimate gauges all the way up, and then you see the enemy Gowther at ultimate ready, and you're just like, oh no, and he just blasts away all your ultimate. Or you're playing against a Merlin, or you're playing against, even some people are still using Red Bond, and you can see the control of ultimates is really big in this game. You want to have your ultimates ready while taking away their option of using theirs. And this move is going to do that greatly. First off, it actually does a good chunk of damage. If you get it to rank 2 or rank 3, 300% and 450% is pretty good, just on a flat, you know, skill 1. So you're gonna have that. If you guys get it up to a gold card, which is not as unlikely now with Gowther running around, you're gonna be able to get rid of 3 ultimate move gauges. So those orbs are disappearing, and you're taking away their ability to fight you back by taking away their ultimate, which is outstanding. And this is a single target move. Moving on to Stone Needle, which is his S2, that is going to be exactly like Blue Story King, and this is where the Kingbram comes into effect. You would have Blue Story King, Red Helbram, Gowther, and then you would, you know, rank up all of their cards, and they would have a ton of petrification because they, you know, that's what this does, is petrify, and you would just CC everybody to death over and over and over again until finally you kill them by either putting your ultimate up or depleting theirs if you need to, and just, it's a pain. It's going to be a pain for a lot of people. The good thing about Global is they have released Galland, and you guys, I know a lot of you guys are disappointed. You only got Galland. You didn't get Gowther. And I'm not telling you that that's like, it's okay, but it kind of is, right? You know, I'm kind of like talking over myself here, but you'll get Gowther soon whenever he comes to the coin shop, and now you have something that can kind of fight against this Kingbram and stop you from really just getting put down in the dirt, right? Because you can target one of these with his commandment, which, or his passive, excuse me, which says, you know, you have to attack me, you can't attack anybody else. So it's his passive, right? You're going to say, you can attack me, and you can't debuff either. So it takes away this ability on either the King if you select them, or you can select the Helbram here, and they're not going to be able to petrify. The next part of this strategy that Galland counters is that if you are to rank up your cards, you or your opponent, they get petrified. They get petrified immediately. So while the unit could be able to go ahead and up all these cards, the Gowther could, you are actually going to be able to combat that because he's going to get petrified. If you mark the King with your Coerce, if he uses any of these moves, he's going to get petrified. And then, you know, what is there to do? You definitely want to mark King, though, because if you mark good old friend Helbram here, then King can just cleanse off, right? If he, you know, it would be like King can use his, or Helbram can use his, King can use his, and then King can cleanse. So you want to make sure you're marking King, in my opinion, if you fight against Kingbram in that way. And we're not even done talking about the unit, because there are several other good things about him. His ultimate is going to do a okay amount of damage and cancel all buffs and stances. So all of you dirty Red Arthur abusers out there, and you know who I'm talking about, buffing up your squad with Gowther, getting that good old Arthur buffs going on, he's going to get rid of all that. It's kind of like a little cleanse, and it's going to be very important when we're looking out at taking on everybody. It's AoE as well, so it's very, very good for getting rid of those stances and those buffs. And then his passive is just so good. Increases basic stats by 5% per each surviving ally. So he's already getting a huge buff to his basic stats coming into battle because of his unique passive. So he's going to be tanky and do more damage. Then you pair that with Story King's passive, which buffs fairies, and this guy is going to have a lot of stats on him, okay? So he's very, very good. Looking at his combined attack, we have Gustav, which a lot of people have. Probably have a lot of ultimate coins for him because of, the pulling that everybody's probably been doing. So hopefully you got at least something like that. So you can give your Helbram, if you decide to pull for him, a little bit of buffing up from that combined attack. So overall, I think he's more of a PvP specialist, and he will be on the Kingbram train that could help you get higher in PvP if you decide to run it. There is a little bit of fighting back against it now with Galland being out, but he's still really great. He's an outstanding unit. So the banner has a top tier damage dealer for Grey Demon and a top tier PvP unit. Absolutely worth the pull on. However, again, with Galland running around and people being low on Gowther, they may want to save for future units. It's really going to be up to you, but is it worth it as far as the units? How strong are they? I still think they're really, really strong, and they can help you a lot in PvP. The PvE aspect would be the Green Skinny King. But this is not the only unit that has been added. We actually get an SR for the first time being added into the game, to my knowledge, and that is Holy Knight Dogetto, coming in here as a human. I don't know if you guys remember him. He was talking mad crap and kind of got put in his place. Looking at his skill 1, inflicts damage equal to 450% attack and prevents ultimate move gauge from filling for 2 turns. So this is kind of a unique ability, right? Because the other ones remove and then you can kind of build it back up. This guy just says, by the way, for 2 turns, when you combine cards or you use cards, you're not putting up any of that ultimate gauge, which is actually quite nice. It's pretty cool. And then looking at his burst combination here, inflicts ruin damage equal to 400% of attack on enemy. So again, just a damage dealing ability, nothing too crazy with it. His ultimate cancels buffs and stances to 1 enemy, and then stuns. So while it is only single target as compared to what we just saw with Red Helbram, this is going to stun at the end of it, which could help you when you need to get that stun off. Increases strength, attribute allies, defense related stats by 30%. So he is going to give you a little bit more defense, but I think in most cases you want to go with HP anyway. At least that's what I've been learning. HP related stats are kind of more important, at least to me. So overall, this is a cool SR to be added. There are uses, as you can see. This debuff attack right here is very, very unique, but nothing too crazy, nothing too, insane where we have to worry about it too much. It's just a nice, cool little added bonus there for us to be looking at. The first kind of event going on, which I was actually surprised about, going from the 8th of April to the 17th, they're giving out 3 diamonds for 10 days. So you guys are just going to get 30 diamonds, which is a multi, just for logging in. It says the fairies are giving it to you. Look at him, dude. He's so nice. Red Helbram's so nice. Take these diamonds and summon for me and get absolutely shit. Okay. But yeah, at least you get them so you can save them for later if you want to go for like an Escanor or something. And then looking here, we do have some new costumes. This is going to be for Death Pierce and Dogetto. They're going to be coming into the game here, and you can get some baller costumes for them if you like. I don't know who does that, who's interested in that, but maybe there are some super fans out there that would like to do it. And this is something very, very new to the game and very interesting. It's called the Hawk Pass. And essentially, if you guys ever heard of a battle pass before, like on a first-person shooter game or something like that, where they give you a bunch of, freebies as you get points, as you level up your pass, but you could buy like the super awesome special pack. And this is where you guys are going to get the newer unit, the new SSR unit, that we haven't even actually talked about yet. And then you're going to get a bunch of other goodies. So if you look down this list, you can kind of compare the two. You can see that if you end up buying the special pack, you get a lot more than if you don't, but at least you get some free stuff if you don't. And at the very bottom, their biggest thing they say they're giving you is the Evolution SSR pendant, and then also the guaranteed SSR ticket, which I know a lot of people want. So overall, I think it's going to be worth it. Let's see. You will have the option to increase your pass level with 5 diamonds. I would not do that. I would not do that. But looking at this, we'll have to see what the prices is. I don't see the price on here yet, so we'll have to wait until we get into the game to see what it's going to cost. But overall, looking at these rewards, they do seem worth it. Look, there's another SSR pendant there. You get Dogetto too, man. I somehow missed that. I think my eyes were really looking for tickets and diamonds. So you do get a good chunk of stuff here. And even if you end up not going for the special version, at least you're getting some cool, some cool things given to you for free through in-game means. So then we have a story event going on. Hawk's baby book. Oh, you got a little Hawk's baby book. Get rewards by clearing the story event. You guys are going to get some awakening stones, and you need these for the good old-fashioned SSR gear to be leveling them up. So make sure you get in there. You can participate 3 times a day and get your hands on some of these awakening stones so you can get your equipment built up. They have a special event with a max of 20 diamonds, it looks like. Clear the event stages to get event exchange materials. Exchange those materials for rewards. So this is going to be similar to what we just did kind of with the SP dungeon, right? And for people who play FFB, it's a King Mog event, but they have different, looks like different things that drop for different things you need to buy. But it's just another way to grind to get cool materials. You can get up to 20 diamonds, it looks like, which is great. And then you get 10 SSR Evolution. What? 10 SSR Evolution pendants? That's what I'm talking about, baby. So we're going to have to grind the crap out of this event to make sure we get all of this. It's going to run from the 7th when the update is happening to the 21st. So you're going to have a lot of time to grind and make sure you pick up all this stuff up, because that is great. I know a lot of people are low on the SSR pendants. So, and then it just talks about here, like I said, they're gonna the pickup draw, or the banner, is going to be Green Skinny King with a Red Helbram coming to the aid. So overall, like I said, I've already talked about that. The banner seems pretty fantastic, but I know a lot of people are already hurting. The bundle returns. If this bundle that has been winking at me for a while because I can't seem to pull him. If you want to spend, if you want to buy him, he's there to buy. Get yourself some diamonds too. You know, they did release this event schedule, but I've been seeing more often than not, there have been a lot of mistakes in these. Like, I didn't even know the boss battles were half off today. I thought it was like the SP dungeon. And then I had to go to the Reddit. Well, I mean, obviously I looked in game and it was half off. And I was like, what is going on? And then I looked at the Reddit and apparently there was a typo on the original. So I wasn't planning on doing boss battles, but then I ended up doing boss battles. So it's something you really need to pay attention to. But make sure you look over this. Hopefully it's correct this time. And take a part in all of the 50% free stage stamina. Like, anything that's 50% stamina is what you should be farming. And this free stage one is when you're trying to get that SSR gear, either to wear it or to break it down for awakening materials, which is going to be absolutely fantastic. So I think I covered all the events. Let's go to update notices, see if I missed anything here, which I did. Okay. So this is just going over everything that's added to the game. The Hawk Pass, the costumes, you get 30 diamonds for logging in, right? New costumes added. You are Fairy Knight Captain times 30. So this is going to be new costumes for you guys to get your hands on. Nothing too crazy there. The one thing I don't see is, like, I guess nothing huge in terms of content, right? Like, we are getting some grinding, events for us to get some of those much needed diamonds and different materials and the Hawk Pass, so we can be grinding other things. But it's not like a pushing content where it's like a story update or a new demon or a raid or a super boss battle or anything like that. That's the one thing we're really missing with this update. Sadly, I just don't see it here. But we did not talk about my man right here that we have, Death Pierce. So Death Pierce is going to be an SSR green human. I don't want to talk about this before we get out of here because I thought I had this tab pulled up, but apparently I didn't. So he's going to have the stats of an SSR, meaning he's going to be more than that SR unit we just talked about. His skill 1 is removes buffs from one enemy, inflicts damage equal to 360 of attack, then disables buffs and debuff skills for 2 turns. So pretty useful. Again, any of these moves that are like cleansing and then stopping you from doing certain things. I don't know how many times I've been in arena and then a red Arthur smacks my green king or my blue king and I'm like, idiots. And then I can't heal, right? I can't use my cleanse because you can't use healing abilities and I'm just screwed. So these kind of things really end up like locking people. I'm not saying that Death Pierce is in any way OP enough to be put on your team. You guys probably have way more OP units, but you could find uses for it out there. I mean, I'm not saying it's totally not usable. Inflicts shatter damage equal to 4 of his attacks, so similar, it's just another attack move that does damage. Looking at his ultimate, inflicts damage equal to 450% of attack on all enemies, decreases attack related stats about 30%. So it's going to do big AoE damage, well, not really that big, just some AoE damage, and then do a 30% attack break, which is okay. Decrease all enemies crit resist and crit defense by 30%. Might be something we may look into when we're trying to I don't know how I would put this. When we're trying to really crit with Jericho, maybe we want to slap him on the team, maybe in those guild boss battles, who knows? I'm not saying it's a definite, but that's a use for him. But overall, not the best, right? Like, even kind of like a free SSR they're giving to you if you buy the super pack or whatever, and just not the best unit in the world, and I'm not seeing that much value there. But overall, guys, we have a lot of stuff to farm. I want to make this announcement as well. I know I've been playing a lot of War of the Visions, but I'm also playing this game just not on stream. Like, I'm playing the crap out of this game. Every day, I do all of my dailies. I get all of my stuff done. I log into my guild. You know, I check in. I'm still playing this game. There's just so much to War of the Visions right now that I have to catch up on so I could be where I am in 7 Deadly Sins so I can enjoy both games. So don't worry, the streams are still happening, pool sessions, PvP matches, you know, videos still coming. It's just, you know, we're kind of in a lull here with 7 Deadly Sins. We're getting a new banner, that's cool, and a couple of new grindy events, but nothing too big has happened besides Gowther, you know what I mean? Like the release of him over the past 2 weeks as far as in-game content-wise. So I've been focusing on other things that I absolutely needs my attention, but don't worry, guys, I'm not going to stop following this, and I can't wait for my boy Escanor to be coming to this game, so that's going to be amazing as well. So if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below if you're going for Red Helbram, or if you're just going to be saving up for future banners. Subscribe to me here on YouTube. Follow me on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Claic Yuzolt, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.